I was standing in the kitchen, barefoot, holding a pregnancy test that felt heavier than my entire body. My father didn't look at me right away. He kept scrolling on his phone like I hadn't spoken. "Say it again," he said, calm. Too calm. "I'm pregnant." That's when he finally looked up. Not shocked. Not angry. Calculating. "You've ruined everything," he said. "College. Our reputation. This family." My mother set her wine glass down slowly. She didn't defend me. She didn't ask if I was okay. "We raised you better than this," she muttered. "You're a disgrace." I whispered, "I'm still your daughter." My father stood up, walked to the hallway, and dragged my suitcase across the floor. "You have 10 minutes, he said. "Take your things and get out." I laughed, thinking it was a threat. Then he opened the door. Cold air rushed in. Silence filled the room. The family photo on the wall was turned face down. I called my boyfriend. No answer. I called again. Straight to voicemail. My mother finally spoke. "Don't come back." The door slammed behind me. That sound didn't end a conversation. It ended my childhood. Standing outside in the rain, one hand on my stomach, I whispered to the baby I'd never meet, "They'll regret this." And that's when Lydia Prescott disappeared. The rain didn't stop that night. It soaked my clothes, my hair, my skin. I stood there, staring at the door that had just erased me. I knocked once. Nothing. I knocked again, harder. The porch light stayed off. That's when it hit me. I wasn't grounded. I wasn't punished. I was homeless. I walked until my legs burned. Every streetlight felt like judgment. I called my boyfriend again. Straight to voicemail. At dawn, I sat under a bus stop, hugging my knees. My phone buzzed once. Hope. Then the message loaded. "Do not contact Ryan again. This is his parents' attorney." I stared at the screen, numb. So that was it. No parents. No partner. No plan. People walked past me like I was already invisible. A woman stepped over my bag. A man avoided my eyes. By nightfall, hunger twisted my stomach so hard I felt dizzy. I placed my hand over my belly and whispered, "I'm sorry. Sorry for being poor. Sorry for being alone. Sorry for not being enough." The cold stopped hurting after the third night. That scared me more than the rain. I learned where to sleep without being noticed. Which dumpsters had food that wouldn't kill me. That's when I made a decision. If they wanted me erased, fine. I would disappear. And when I came back, they wouldn't recognize what I'd become. Days blurred together. Morning, night, cold, hunger. I stopped counting time and started counting insults. Get a job. Disgusting. Teen moms are all the same. A man tossed a coin at my feet like I was a stain on the sidewalk. "Use it wisely," he said, laughing. I laughed too. A broken, empty sound. Wisely how? I whispered. On what future? I spent hours inside cafes pretending to read menus I couldn't afford. If the staff stared too long, I left before they could ask me to leave. Pride was a luxury I no longer had. At night, I talked to my baby. "I'll figure it out," I promised. My voice shook. The lie tasted bitter. I watched families through glass windows. Warm food. Clean hands. Laughter. That used to be mine. One night, exhaustion hit harder than hunger. My knees buckled near the river. My vision darkened. "Not like this," I muttered. "Please, not like this." I crawled under a bridge, rain dripping onto my face. For a moment, I thought dying would be easier. Then I felt it. A small movement. A reminder. I pressed my hand to my stomach and whispered, "You're still here." Something inside me snapped into place. If I was going to survive, it wouldn't be quietly. And it wouldn't be weak. They had stripped me of everything. But they hadn't killed me. And that was their first mistake. I don't remember falling. I remember the sound first. Traffic. Water. My breath coming out wrong. When I opened my eyes, light stabbed through the gray. A shadow stood over me. "You'll die out here," a woman said. I tried to sit up. Failed. "Go away," I murmured. "I'm fine." She didn't move. "You're not fine. And you know it." Her voice wasn't soft. It wasn't cruel either. It was certain. She crouched beside me and held out a cup. Steam rose from it. "Drink." I didn't ask for help. "No," she said calmly. "But you need it." I looked at her face. Older. Sharp eyes. No pity. Recognition. I took the cup. My hands shook so badly the coffee spilled. She steadied it without commenting. "What's your name?" she asked. I hesitated. Saying it felt dangerous. "Claire," I lied. She smiled slightly. "I'm Margaret." I drank. Heat flooded my chest. I started crying before I could stop. "I didn't do anything wrong," I said. "They threw me away." Margaret nodded. "I know. That broke me." She helped me into her car. The heater blasted warmth into my bones. I flinched, waiting for questions. Instead she said, "You're coming home with me." "For how long?" She started the engine. "As long as it takes." For the first time since that door slammed shut, someone saw me. And didn't turn away. Margaret's house was quiet. Too quiet. No photos on the walls. No flowers. Everything clean, sharp, intentional. It didn't feel like comfort. It felt like control. She handed me a towel. "Bathroom's there. Hot water. 10 minutes. 10. I asked, confused. She looked straight at me. "I don't rescue people who plan to stay broken." I swallowed. In the shower, dirt and shame slid off my skin. But the humiliation stayed. At the table, she placed soup in front of me. "Eat." I did. Fast. Desperate. She watched me without blinking. "Now listen carefully," she said. "You can stay here. But there are rules." My shoulders tensed. Rule 1, no lies. Not to me. Not to yourself. I nodded. Rule 2, you don't talk about them like victims talk. You were wronged. That's different. My chest tightened. Rule 3, she continued, you don't ask me why I'm helping you. I finally looked up. Why are you? Her mouth curved into something cold. Because I've seen this story before. And I didn't like the ending. Silence fell between us. She slid a folder across the table. Inside were forms. Documents. Names. What is this? I whispered. A restart, she said. If you're brave enough. I hesitated. She leaned closer. They think you disappeared. Let's keep it that way. Something shifted inside me. For the first time, I wasn't surviving. I was preparing. The next morning, Margaret didn't wake me with kindness. She woke me with truth. Stand up straight, she said, circling me like an examiner. I obeyed. You walk like someone apologizing for existing. That stung. She placed a mirror in front of me. Look. I did. And immediately looked away. No, she snapped. You don't flinch anymore. I forced my eyes back. My face was thinner. Older. But my eyes, they were still alive. Good, she said. That's what we work with. She opened her laptop and slid it toward me. On the screen, my name. My past. My degree. My old achievements. You didn't fail, Margaret said calmly. You were erased. My throat tightened. They made sure of it. Yes, she replied. And now we make sure they regret underestimating you. She pulled out scissors and cut my old ID in half. The sound was sharp. Final. From today, she said, you don't chase explanations. You build leverage. I whispered, how? She smiled, slow and deliberate. Education. Silence. And timing. She handed me a notebook. On the first page, she had written one sentence. Power is patience with a plan. I felt something dangerous bloom in my chest. Not anger. Clarity. They think you're gone, Margaret said. Let's make the comeback unforgettable. I closed the notebook. The first cut had been made. Margaret led me into her little cafe, the smell of fresh bread and coffee thick in the air. Today, you start understanding people, she said. Her eyes pierced me. Not numbers, not tables, people. Their weaknesses, their patterns, what they hide. I frowned. Like, spies? She laughed softly, sharp and knowing. Better. Observers of life. Most miss what matters while staring at their phones. You won't. We watched the patrons, a young couple whispering over receipts, a man tapping nervously on his watch, a woman biting her nails while pretending to read. Margaret pointed out every subtle twitch, every glance, every hesitation. Do you see? She asked. This is the language they speak when they think no one is watching. I nodded, scribbling notes feverishly. Her voice softened. When they underestimate you, you gain power. Remember, leverage is invisible. Later, she handed me the cash register. Sell. Serve. Listen. Learn. Every gesture, every complaint, every compliment is a clue. Hours turned into days. My hands blistered, my mind raced, but I began to notice patterns. Margaret nodded. Good. You're waking up from survival to strategy. That night, alone in the tiny apartment she rented me, I stared at the ceiling. I wasn't just surviving anymore. I was learning the rules of the game. And when the time came, I would not lose again. Weeks passed, and Portland's rain no longer terrified me. I moved through the streets with purpose, not fear. Margaret pushed me harder now. Every challenge is practice. Every insult is ammunition. Do you understand? Yes, I whispered, though my hands shook. Then act like it, she snapped. Confidence is a weapon. Fear is a chain. I started managing small decisions in her cafe, supply orders, scheduling, even confronting difficult customers. Margaret observed silently, letting me make mistakes, letting me feel the sting of embarrassment, then guiding me through the correction. One evening, as I balanced the books, she slid a folder across the table. Read this. Memorize it. Then act. Inside were contracts, invoices, emails, all the tools of real power. Power isn't loud, she said. It's control. Quiet. Precise. Invisible until it hits. I spent nights poring over every line, every loophole, imagining how someone could manipulate or betray me, and how I could outsmart them. Every lesson stoked a fire in my chest, a quiet, controlled rage. I realized then, survival had kept me alive. Strategy would make me unstoppable. That night, I slept with a notebook under my pillow, plans scribbled in margins, a future mapped in tiny, meticulous strokes. The girl who cried under bridges was gone. The woman who would claim what was stolen from her was rising. By the time winter arrived, I was no longer just surviving, I was maneuvering. Margaret watched me close deals, negotiate contracts, and handle employees who once intimidated me. "You're learning fast," she said, her eyes narrowing. "Good. But never forget, every victory must be silent. Let others think they're ahead while you set the trap." I nodded, biting back the tremor in my hands. Inside, my mind was a storm, replaying every betrayal, every sneer from my parents, every night in the rain. One afternoon, a wealthy client tried to undermine me in front of Margaret. He sneered, "You're just a girl who got lucky." I looked him straight in the eye. "Luck has nothing to do with it," I said slowly, my voice calm. "Everything you see here is earned. Every contract, every dime. And I plan to earn more." He blinked. Margaret smiled faintly. I felt a rush of power I'd never known before, control. Later, I returned home to my small apartment, opened my laptop, and started saving money, tracking opportunities, studying every loophole in contracts, in business law, in human behavior. It was meticulous work, quiet, but deliberate. Every step prepared me for the moment my past would come knocking. And deep down, I knew it would. They would regret the day they threw me out. By spring, I had built more than just survival, I had built leverage. Margaret introduced me to her attorney, Daniel Graves, a sharp man with the patience of a chess master. "You're about to learn the most important lesson," he said. "Power isn't in fury. It's in control." I listened, every word sinking in like fire. I learned how to structure contracts, create airtight business protections, and, most importantly, how to prepare for the day my parents would try to steal back what they abandoned. Then the first sign came, a letter from them, carefully phrased, dripping with false affection. "We want to reconnect," it said. "Your son deserves to know his family." I laughed quietly, alone in my apartment. They thought they could step back into my life, after everything? I showed the letter to Daniel. "They're fishing," he said. "They want access, leverage, money. But you can turn this into their worst mistake." I nodded, imagining the courtroom, imagining their faces frozen with shock, imagining the moment they realized the girl they cast out had become untouchable. Meanwhile, my IT ally, Sophia, began tracing their digital footprints, their hidden agendas. Every click, every email, every conversation, recorded, stored, ready for the moment I needed them. The web was set. And I was no longer the girl running in the rain. I was the storm waiting to strike. I decided to respond. Every word, every pause, every sigh, I made them believe I was vulnerable, regretful, almost broken. "It's been so long. I've wondered what could have been," I wrote in my letter, careful to tremble my tone just enough. Days later, a reply came. Their words dripped with relief, even excitement. They were walking straight into the trap. Patrick and Elaine Prescott, my parents, were ready to believe I missed them, ready to believe they could manipulate me again. Sophia and Daniel watched as I played the part. Phone calls that sounded hesitant, emails that sounded emotional, little notes left visible to them by mistake. Each move drew them closer, each word whispered a lie I had perfected. Then came Ryan Whitmore, that ghost from my past. He had resurfaced, looking older, broken, yet still with the faint arrogance I remembered. "They want access for Noah," he said, voice nervous. "Maybe you should reconsider." I leaned back, calm, a smirk barely hidden. "I'm listening," I said softly. Inside, I was thrilled. Every step they took was guided by my design, every false move recorded by Sophia. They were desperate, unaware they were being played. I whispered to myself, almost ceremoniously, "You threw me away. Now, you're in my world." And for the first time, the past felt powerless against me. The court date arrived. My parents entered, polished and proud, like nothing had changed. I walked in calm, wearing confidence they could never buy. Caleb gave a subtle nod. Screens flickered to life behind the judge. Emails, texts, recordings, all their lies and schemes exposed. Patrick's face drained. Elaine's hand shook over her pearls. The room gasped. Reporters leaned in. Every manipulative plan, every attempt to control me, now public. I stood tall. 22 years ago, you abandoned me. Now you're suing for money and access. My son is mine. Everything else is mine, too. The judge nodded, the gavel fell, and silence claimed the courtroom. I had won without rage, just strategy, patience, and control. Outside the courthouse, the rain had stopped. Sunlight hit the streets, sharp and clear. Lena smiled, you did it. I shook my head, we did it. Noah ran to me, laughter in his voice, oblivious to the chaos behind us. My parents were escorted away, faces pale, whispers of shame trailing them. Their empire of pride crumbled quietly. Ryan Whitmore slunk past, invisible, haunted by his choices. For the first time since I was 17, I didn't tremble. Every tear, every night on the streets, every betrayal, it had led here. I held Noah close. You'll never be abandoned. Not like me. And in that moment, I realized revenge wasn't just winning. It was survival, transformation, and creating a life untouchable by those who tried to break me. Weeks passed. The Maple Hearth restaurants thrived under my guidance. Every decision, every expansion, was mine. Eleanor's lessons echoed patience, strategy, quiet power. Noah's eyes sparkled with curiosity, asking questions about profits, tech, and life. I smiled, realizing I was shaping not just a business, but a legacy. Lena and Caleb were more than allies, they were pillars. Together, we traced opportunities, avoided pitfalls, and turned obstacles into stepping stones. Every move my parents had tried to manipulate now worked against them. The city whispered my name, not as a victim, but as a force. I walked through Portland with calm certainty. No more fear. No more hesitation. I was the architect of my destiny, and nothing could shake the foundation built from the ashes of my past. The courthouse was silent, but I could feel every eye on me. My parents stood there, polished, confident, thinking they still controlled the game. But this time, the table had turned. Caleb stepped forward, presenting the evidence, emails, messages, secret plans they thought I'd never see. Ryan Whitmore's betrayal, their greed, every manipulation laid bare. The room gasped. My parents' faces drained of color. I took a deep breath and spoke, calm, controlled. 22 years ago, you abandoned me. Tonight, I decide what happens next. Noah is my son. My family is the one I choose to raise him with, and you will not touch that. The judge nodded, dismissing their claims. Silence fell. Then the press erupted, cameras flashing, capturing their defeat. I felt no triumph in cruelty, only injustice, in reclaiming what was mine. Outside, the Portland sun broke through the clouds. Noah's hand in mine, Lena and Caleb by my side, I finally smiled without fear. Eleanor's words echoed, rise quietly, then roar. I had survived the storm, built an empire from pain, and found love, family, and purpose on my terms. The girl abandoned under the rain was gone. Lydia Prescott, reborn, unstoppable, was standing tall. If you felt Lydia's story hit you in the chest, don't just watch, join the journey. Like if you believe in rising from nothing, comment your own story of overcoming betrayal, and share this video to inspire someone who needs it today. Hit subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss a story of courage, revenge, and triumph. Remember, surviving isn't just living, it's winning on your terms.